I want to share something that might shift how you see what's happening with your child, especially if things haven't been making sense. Because a lot of time we look at what they're doing and the choices they're making, the conversations they're having, and we respond to that. But sometimes that's not the full picture. And I had to learn this over time. You're not always just dealing with behavior, sometimes you're dealing with influence. And this can look like your child saying things that don't even sound like them. They respond in ways that feel extreme or completely shut down when you're trying to talk to them. Or you can notice that you can have a calm conversation one day, and the next time it's like you're talking to a completely different person. Or patterns just keep repeating themselves, even after conversations, even after the consequences, even after they said they want to do better. Then you left thinking, why does this keep happening? What's going on? Why is things not changing? And when you only look at it as behavior, it doesn't fully make sense. But when you step back and you realize there may be influence involved, then it starts to shift how you see it. There can be things influencing how they're thinking, how they're responding, what they're drawn to, and that you can't always see on the surface. The scripture reminds us that we're not just dealing with what we see, there are things happening underneath that. And this isn't about assuming everything's something spiritual or becoming fearful. It's about understanding so you don't keep responding in a way that leaves you frustrated. Because if you think it's only behavior, then you'll keep trying to fix it by talking more, explaining more, reacting more. And when that doesn't work, it wears you down. But when you realize this might be more than that, your response starts to change. And this is where I had to learn something different. I can't handle everything in the natural. Some things have to be handled in a different way. And it doesn't have to be complicated, but it's intentional. Sometimes it's in the moment when you see something happening, and instead of reacting right away, you pause and you say, God, help me. Help me see what's really going on here. Give me discernment. Or when you're thinking about them and your mind starts going into worry, you have to shift and say, God, cover them where I can't reach them. Even after a conversation that didn't go well, instead of replaying it over and over in your mind, say, God, I give this to you and help me respond differently next time. Sometimes it's that simple. You have to pause. Pause before you respond. Pause before you text back. Pause before you let your emotions take over. You just bring God into the moment. Because there are times where what's needed is not a stronger reaction, but a different response. You're not just responding to what you see, you're responding with awareness and discernment, and then you're covering it in prayer. This doesn't mean you always understand everything, because you won't, but you don't have to feel powerless in it. You can stay grounded even when things don't fully make sense. So if you've been in a place where things just haven't been adding up or you've been trying to figure everything out, this might be the shift you needed. Not doing more, just responding differently. And as you sit with this, just notice if any of these examples felt familiar to you. That's actually where this starts to connect. So if you've been in a place where things haven't been making sense, or you felt like you're doing everything you know to do and still nothing's shifting, nothing's changing, maybe it's not about doing more. Maybe it's about responding differently. And instead of trying to figure everything out or reacting to every moment, just start bringing God into it more often and a little sooner. You don't have to be perfect, just consistent. And let that be your first response instead of your last. Because you may not be able to control what's happening, but you're not without influence. You can cover what you can't control and stay at peace while you do it. And that shift right there changes more than you think.